Hey folks, Wilfie here. Alright, it's rant time. I just spent a ridiculous hour trying to retrieve a shiny piece of consumer electronics. This is a charger for my cell phone. It's a wireless charger. And I left it at my office before we all moved to working from home. And just left it on my desk. So I got the okay to come back to the office today and go in and retrieve my precious cargo. I forgot to bring a face mask, and my employer has mandatory face masks before you can enter the building, and temperature checks, which is fine, but I have to complain about this a little bit. Not that my employer has picked up on this or has adopted this. Oh, where did it go? Oh, it's in my pocket. It's not that my employer adopted this silliness, it's that anyone has adopted this silliness. Now look, this thing looks like a thong, right? I found it at Walgreens for $3, so incidentally, if you're stuck in this idiotic position, just drive to a corner shop at Walgreens or CVS, and $3 later will get you a pair of ladies' panties, a face mask. It's made of cotton, probably can wash it, reuse it. It's made in China, so you probably get a dose of Chinese flu with it. So there's that. But the first thing I did, because there's a Walmart across the street from my office, that's where I went first to try to find a mask. Now, naturally, they don't have any masks. They mysteriously didn't have any scarves. They didn't have any handkerchiefs. They didn't have any really any kind of textile at all that you could fashion into a face mask. And nobody would just tell me that. They would always say, well, wait, go check the pharmacy for face masks. And of course, the pharmacy told me to pound sand. Check in hardware. Go get a painter's mask, an N95. Naturally, they don't have that either, but you had to walk over there to find out. And they suggested, well, go to women's clothing and right next to jewelry and look for a scarf. They have some plain scarves. You could just use something like that. So I go over there. Picked dry. There's nothing there. So it took like 20 minutes of just mindlessly wandering Walmart's ridiculous store to find nothing. So yay for that. And then I trundled over to Walgreens, and sure enough, right there on the first displays as you walk into the store, there's masks. So yay, crisis averted. I go back to the office. They take my temperature and cheerfully let me in now that I have the precious piece of cotton over my nose and mouth. And that's the part that gets me. There are lots of people wearing masks in Walmart. All the employees are wearing masks, those little surgical masks. And most of the customers were wearing either the same kinds of thing, so wondering where the hell they're finding them, and that or like more permanent, I guess, designer masks. That's a new cotton industry that's kind of emerged from all this nonsense. It's 100% theater. It's ridiculous. And I want to say that I understand why people engage in it, but I don't want to understand. It is stupid. It's utterly useless. And I refuse to accept it as the so-called new normal, which is bullshit. We are not near normal, and we need to go back to normal. We don't need to adopt these new idiotic standards as the new normal. No such thing. We're trying to impose a bunch of idiotic shit on us, and it's worth fighting back to try to kick some of this off. And I'll tell you why. The face masks everyone's wearing, they don't do jack shit. Anyone wearing a beard, anyone with a beard wearing a mask, might as well not be wearing the mask at all. Because, it goes right around it'll go right through your beard. A motorcycle. Too bad it's a Harley. Anyway, yeah. And on people with a clean face, with no beard, it still doesn't do anything. Surgical masks are not biologically secure, what's the word? They're not contaminant proof. A surgeon's mask is literally just meant to stop the surgeon from coughing up a booger and having it land in the patient's open wounds during surgery. That's it. The idea ostensibly isn't to keep germs out, but to stop people from emitting their own germs and infection to others, and that's what the whole social distancing is for. But, we sweat, and I've actually seen a lot of people just wear their masks around their mouth and not cover their nose. There goes that. And then the whole social distancing thing, that's all well and good, except for the fact that, you know how you're supposed to stand 6 feet apart when you're waiting in line to check out of a grocery store or a Walmart? Yeah, that's real well and good. It's very fancy of you and very good of you to be socially conscious and keep your distance. You're going to pay, right? You're going to pay with your credit card. You have to touch a screen or a keypad to pay with your credit card. And guess what that entails? They don't clean that between each use. You're just touching something that hundreds of other hands have touched just within hours. Oops, there goes social distancing. Also, people sweat and they shed skin cells on a regular basis. And it's been well established now that if you are infected and carrying Chinese flu, you are transmitting it just through touch, through your bodily fluids, of course, sneezing, coughing, sniffling, and, of course, sweat. And I don't see people walking around in biohazard level 4 hazmat suits with, positive air pressure. Of course, that would mean a leak would, or a rupture would emit nastiness instead of containing it. But anyway, yeah, so people aren't covering up all their skin. So you're spreading the damn virus anyway if you have it. The whole thing, utterly pointless. And I especially love the focus on social distancing. That's super important and everybody needs to do it, unless you're protesting for Black Lives Matter. Then it's totally okay to pile yourself into the smallest, tightest knit group possible to shout your slogans, loot your electronics, and burn down your bookstores. That's all A-okay. But at the same time, if you want to take your lawfully acquired guns and legally open carry it near the state capitol to protest ridiculous draconian lockdowns and gun control laws, why, you're a danger to society and you're going to kill grandma by spreading disease. Fuck all of that. This whole thing is absolutely stupid. It's weird and rare that I find myself agreeing with the BLM protesters at least on the topic of it's just stupid to bother with social distancing. It doesn't matter. Chinese flu has been in this country for over 6 months now. 6 months. You've been exposed to it. Period. It doesn't matter what precautions you've taken. It doesn't matter where you live in the country. None of it matters. You've been exposed. Period. If you were going to get it, you'd have it. And even if you haven't caught it, but you're still being exposed to it over and over, it means your body is producing antibodies to fight the thing off so that it can't get you in the first place. So you could be a symptomless carrier. But that's it. This whole song and dance with face masks and social distancing and all this other crap, utterly worthless. It's absolutely meaningless, and it achieves nothing. But it's one of those things that demonstrates to our authority figures that will happily dance whatever jig they tell us to dance. They tell us to jump, we ask how high, enthusiastically. We bend over and take whatever they want to give us. And I think that needs to stop. I think people need to push back against face masks and even social distancing. It's utterly stupid. Distancing is going to destroy certain industries. How the hell do you run an airplane at full capacity when you can't sit passengers less than 6 feet apart? You know, we're flying to Vegas later this month, and the airline's already told us ahead of time that, you know, you can't have adjoining seats. We're spacing passengers out 1 seat apart, which is great for me because I'm a fat ass and, you know, can use the extra space, but that's terrible for the airline because now they've got flying buses that are expensive to maintain and fly, but they can't carry more than half their normal capacity of fare-paying customers. So, I mean, they're barely going to make enough revenue to keep these birds in the air. And I mean, public transit is screwed. You have to social distance there, which means instantly cutting capacity by half, at least. You know, theme parks have to restrict who can come and go or how many people they can have in at a time. So that's reduced tourism revenue. Because seriously, why the hell are you going to bother going to Disney or Universal or Busch Gardens or SeaWorld or whatever if you know there's a decent chance they're going to turn you away at the gate because they're full because of social distancing requirements? And if you don't have a mask, my understanding is they at least provide them, whether they sell them or give them away, I don't know. But they do have them on site if you don't have a mask. But you have to wear it anyway just to get into the parks. And if you take the masks off once you're in the park, they'll actually complain at you and tell you to put it back on, or they'll, you know, kick you out if you don't. And I get it, they're all playing along with the same song and dance everyone else is. But it's just absurd. It's not doing us any good to stay on this social distancing crap and use these face masks. You know, people reuse these masks, right? The minute you do that without washing them, well, now it's contaminated. And you contaminate everything that you touch after you touch a contaminated mask. Most people don't take them off correctly. They just grab the front of it and pull, and well, neat, you've just contaminated your hand with whatever's on the mask. And the best part is, if you have to blow your nose, people just take the mask off, shoot their snot, plug it back, and put the mask back on. Or if they're eating or drinking, slip it off, take a bite, put it back on. What the hell good does that do? Doesn't do any. And it's ludicrous and it's silly and stupid. I think we should push back against it. So to effectively do that, what you need to do is refuse to use a mask anywhere that you can get away with it. If your grocery store or your shopping, wherever your normal shopping places are, if they're not enforcing or requiring masks, don't wear them. If you go somewhere that does require masks, reconsider whether you really need to go. You know, we haven't done much shopping at Costco since they started enforcing face masks, because they're a pain in the ass. They're uncomfortable, they're difficult to breathe through, and it's no good. And it's pointless theater. And then, of course, you know, encourage others to do the same thing. It's all you can really do, apart from bellyache to our politicians and leaders, and they don't give a shit what we think. They never do. And if you complain on Twitter or Facebook or to the media, they'll just scold you for trying to kill grandma. So they're utterly worthless too. That's not a big surprise. But yeah, just wanted to rant about that a little bit. It sucks. If you actually think any of this is helping, leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know why you think a face mask that's not even N95 rated made in China is somehow safer than not wearing a mask at all. I'd be curious to hear it. So yeah, that's it, guys. Have a good one. More Satisfactory uploads coming soon. And of course, I'll be streaming again this weekend. Probably going to play some Shipbreakers and some more Satisfactory because it is such a fun game. So yeah, that's it for now. Have a good afternoon, folks. Thanks for listening to me rant, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.